Hello, my name's Pence. I live in Edinburgh and I'm a rapper, I make music.
Hi, I'm Fifi and I'm a singer-songwriter from Edinburgh.
Hi, my name is Esther, or sometimes Essie, as some people call me. I'm a marketing director and I own my own charity.
Hi, I'm Claudia and I'm a writer studying in Edinburgh.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa. I'm also known as Mileka online, and I'm a model, a painter, and I'm also the creator of Katongola.
Hi guys, my name's AD or AD3 and I'm an artist based in Edinburgh. I also have my businesses, Moderator Talent Agency and a jewelry company called Emeralds. Yeah.
So people, I'm Diny. I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm based in Edinburgh.
Trying to start with Robin. Alright, cool. My name is AD, my artist name is AD3, and I do music. I've been doing that for a couple of years now. And I also have a modeling agency / talent agency that I've just started up with my friend who lives in London. So yeah, that's me.
That sounds exciting.
It is very exciting.
So hi everyone. So yeah, technically, I'm an artist. I'm a painter initially, but like I feel like I've been trying so many. I mean, I'm a creative, and you know, like every creative, like sometimes you touch something, you'll be like, oh, I want to try something, like you know. And but then also I started modeling with model team as well. So yeah, like I just started my career. I think it was like 2 years ago, but before that I was with art as well. So yeah, it was
the agency?
Yeah, the
okay,
agency.
that's great.
And then like yeah, I also created my brand as well. Like it was this year technically, but much more like fashion painting. Like it was kind of like gathering everything that I like in one thing. So
I think I've seen your designs on Instagram. Is it the jackets?
Yeah, really colorful. Like really like I just have colors and like a lot of flash stuff. So yes.
Well, it's good to be talented, eh?
For you. Thank you.
My name is Pence. I'm not as interesting, unfortunately. I'm just a rapper.
I'm just a rapper.
And I'm in Edinburgh for uni, so I live here. Yeah, that's literally it.
Well, I'm Fifi and I'm a singer-songwriter, and I've got my EP coming out this year. I keep telling this to everybody. And everyone's like, when? Sometime before the end of the year, but yeah.
I'm Claudia. I'm in Edinburgh as well for uni, and I'm a writer. In my first year of university, I wrote a book, and it's called A Letter Away from Macedon.
Wow.
And it's being published on Monday.
Sorry, I'm Esther. Most people call me Essie. I do a lot of things, but I do own a marketing agency and I have a charity that helps young black people in Scotland.
I'm Diny, known as Diny. Doesn't mean that. I sing songs, I produce, make music, compose. I'm also a student. I study psychology.
Really? Wow. I'm studying psychology.
Well, yeah.
I'm the first year.
Yeah.
Ready.
Alright.
And yeah, I've been doing music for like, I would say probably 3 years ago. I came to Edinburgh 5 years ago, so I'm new guy.
Where did you come from before?
Austria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm Diny. My name is Diny, the artist. I sing songs, I produce, I make music. What else? And I study psychology. I'm in second year. And I would say I've been doing music properly for like 3 years now, but I came from Austria to the UK 5 years ago. So I speak German and all stuff.
Wow. Nice.
What else does everyone study? Or are you guys in uni?
Yeah, I'm at uni.
So that was mine. That's actually.
I'm at uni studying music.
Oh, that's crazy.
See, I wish I could.
Same, I
My
actually.
God, it's
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know. It's like
Because you've got your psychology going on, so
I was this close to studying music. This close.
yeah.
Like I just studied psychology in my last month of high school. Like how's music? I mean, like what you learn?
So basically, you learn about the business side of things. You go over like your writing skills, and it's just to put me like in that mindset that I need to be creative all the time. Like if you don't have that behind you, you're kind of like, what am I doing? You know. But there, you can have a structure. Like on Wednesday, you do like music ensembles, and write music, and it just keeps me on the right track and keep myself focused.
I have never felt like, because and like personally I would love to art studios who like are like paintings and everything.
Yeah.
But I always felt like sometimes when you're in an environment like a uni or like an institution and there's like something there's like that discipline, because me for example when I create sometimes I feel like so inspired and I go like for like an entire week. I'm like, wow, I have this vision and I want to get it and everything. And I think sometimes when it's like something in institution or a bigger thing, I feel like it's something that I have to do and I kind of approach it differently in a way.
So you're more like a spontaneous person when it comes to your art.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like also having certain discipline also very, but it's just like sometimes I feel like I have this need to create, and sometimes it's just like I'm taking a break, and I think it's like this break is necessary for the creative process as well. So this is why I kind of feel I think that as well. I think it's like it's really good. Like this is something I wanted to do as well, and then I was like, okay, but how would I feel to be also like in certain environment? Yeah.
I mean, it's not always like you're coming in and do music. It's like this is how you're gonna go about this, and then you've got a week or two, or you've got target timelines to achieve those. It's not like this is what we're doing today, because you can't do that with creative people, And sometimes you turn up, and sometimes you don't. I mean,
Like of course.
I have a question for you, because like your music, what's after uni?
after uni. So actually, it's quite interesting.
That's why I want to know like the plans.
Well, obviously, to be famous. No, I mean, music therapy is one of the stuff as well that you could get a job in. So there's that. Yeah. So music, you're doing psychology, so you could tie that in that as well.
I was actually going to like I'm in second year, and last year I was like music psychology, how they blend this. But I don't know. I feel like I don't want to blend them together.
Oh, you definitely can. Music is therapy, and it ties in the whole the brain function and cognitive.
I feel like my artistry is different than like academic. So,
Oh, right.
so like I wouldn't want to be like back to myself, and like I enjoy music when it's more for something much bigger than it's like a research.
Yeah.
It's not
I think for me, and I agree with you, is like the complementary aspect of it, because for example, sometimes I like having my inspiration outside of what art is, because when you're in the creative industry, like sometimes you look for something new, right? And like you need something that's like a bit outside of what your environment is already. So I think it's either you go for it full time, or either you actually try to have it. It's like when you're an artist, I think it's a part of you, so you can't really take it out. Like, you know what I mean? You can't really forget about it being like, when you're creative, you create. I believe in that. And then like, if you choose to do it full time, like your environment, everything is creative. You see what I mean? So it's either you go for that, or either you like something that is like pushing you on the other like perspective of yourself, like putting yourself in a thing that sometimes you don't really connect as much, or it's like complementary for you. I guess, I don't know.
Just going based off of that, do you ever think it's possible to have your own personality, your own persona, and then your creative side?
Definitely, yes.
But not creative side, but your creative persona. Like, when people, there's a certain you that your friends and family see, and then there's a certain you that you have to project because you are a creative. Do you have that differently, or is it just the same?
Obviously, when you're performing live, you have to put on a persona to reach your audience. You're not going to be like, oh no, can't be bothered today, So,
I was breaking my brain.
Well, no, actually, tell me for a sec.
I think it's a yes or no thing.
Yeah.
Yes or no.
Does not just depend who you're with.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it does not depend.
I feel like you have to think like about the crowd you're performing to, whatever. I feel like you just have to adapt to wherever you are. It's not about having like two different personalities.
Yeah.
It's just about.
But then let's say talent creator.
Yeah.
Would you say he's two or he's one personality?
That's just him, innit? Like,
Yeah, I feel like that's just him.
he's just a weird guy like that.
No, can't
No. Another story.
I was gonna ask, 'cause I've heard like a different variety of accents. How many people have been in this country for that long, or what's the situation?
Oh my
Because I'm
God.
hearing all sorts. I know where you're from. I mean, I'm hearing different. I'm usually already like,
I've only been there for 2 years. I'm here for uni, but I was like born and raised in London, and then I lived in Sweden.
okay. Where in London were you?
Northwest.
That's like Kilburn or like where? Okay. Where everyone else? Who are you?
So well, technically I'm from France, and I arrived here. It was now like 4 or 5 years ago, I would say, because I arrived randomly in Scotland, like for a gap year initially. So I just finished high school and I was like wanted to explore, travel. You know, I was like young and curious, whatever you associate with. You know, and then I arrived in Scotland, and I was like, wow. I think because compared to France, I think there's like in the UK in general, people are much more free in fashion and like, a bit more like, you know, they driving, they're a bit more rock and roll. Compared to France, it's much more traditional. Like, you know, when you think about like, for example, like vibe, like it's really conservative in a way. You know what I mean? And me, when I arrived there, I think I just need something that was like a bit more, like, you know, and I found it in a way here, more specifically in Glasgow. And yeah, I was like, why not staying a bit more longer? And I started here. So
everyone else is just Scottish or what's going on?
I moved around a lot when I was younger, so my accent isn't blind. Maybe there's a different thing. Yeah.
Not Scottish then.
I said Scottish. Just let me keep talking. Let me keep talking. Look at it. Look at the night coming out as well. You feel the accent start switching on it.
I found it living here because you're from Ends, innit? So I've dealt that question a lot.
Where's
It's like,
Ends?
Ends is England.
Oh, is that what we call it? That's so strange.
What? Like, you're England.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. You didn't say. You asked the
You
question.
know what I'm saying? But I was born in Nigeria, then I went to London, and then I came here. But I've been here most of my life, I just regularly just commute. The reason I ask is because I get the question of what is Scotland like. Do you get? So it's like, it just depends who you're asking it. But I tell my friends it's a lot safer. It's a lot. The diversity lacks. The diversity lacks. To the point, like, it's a good day for me is walking around the streets of London. That's a good day, like just seeing black people, Asian, like just seeing everyone. But then, yeah, so I was just gonna ask how you find it, like, living here compared to where if you know.
I don't like London very much.
Okay, alright.
It's just like I don't think people from London are like as friendly.
Oh, 100%.
I find that hard because I talk to everyone. I could even talk to a table if you know in London. People like if you ask them what direction should I go, they just look at you. It's like, oh yeah, 10 heads.
I think it's like almost like what's a fast-paced life. Like, so you don't have enough time to make the economy.
I suppose, yeah, that makes sense.
But you mentioned about like diversity, and that's like. I mean, Scotland is diverse in terms of like cultures. It's very multicultural, but in terms of black people, there's not that many, especially coming from London. But then also because I lived in Sweden, Scotland's a lot more diverse than Sweden. I'm sure you can relate, like being from Austria. I was like one of 4 black people in my entire high school. Which is,
That's more than me.
That's all.
It's actually good.
yeah, it was.
Like, I was like, at some point I was doing black dye in the building. Like,
That's true.
I was the same as well, but in Scotland, I was the only black girl in my yard
Yes.
for like a good 4 years. Just
Wait, you don't have to ask this question. Did you not have to do that thing where you try and fit in? Because I remember at one point in time, I tried to sound Scottish. I tried to. I was happening and doing all that kind of stuff to the point that I actually annoyed people that I was friends with. Like, can you not just calm down? Yeah.
I feel like when I came here, first of all, I didn't know there were black people in Scotland.
that word.
I thought it's kilts and gingers. Jealous. I was like, okay. Black people, say the law. Let's go. I mean, and though my friends in high school were black and Spanish mixed, so like the culture came from them, and I take 15 with them and it's history. But like compared to Austria, it was Austria is like really back then was really narrow-minded. Like there is no, for example, we have black people make music in Scotland. That doesn't exist in Austria. R&B, drill, hip hop. It's like that Afrobeat in Austria.
Okay. So do you find it like to live here, doing what the respective stuff you guys do you find it harder, like in terms of your niche? Like, do you think is your target audience just like everyone, like, obviously like you have a business or whatever, but like do you find like do you try and find the little community first, or do you just jump straight in, or do you find that an issue first to kind of resonate with the people, the actual like Scottish people, if that makes sense? Make sense, or am I waffling?
Yeah, no. I think personally for me, I grew up in the Highlands, so again, it was just like me and my sisters that were like the black people. And it wasn't actually until the Proudly Black and Scottish, believe it or not, that there was that many black people. I know, like that's actually how shocking it is,
Yeah.
So obviously I've been gigging and stuff as well, like throughout the years, and I could count in one hand how many black artists I came across, which is absolutely shocking. But that's why it's, events like Proudly Black and Scottish is very important, because it highlights the talent and hey, there's more black people. So.
Where are you, Pence? I see they're just sitting there quite cool.
So I feel like it's, especially for rap, I feel like it's kind of hard in Edinburgh because it's not like, of course there's like a few people that listen to rap music, but it's not what like the main population of Edinburgh listens to. So I feel like for me personally, I haven't even released, but I'm only like just going to release this year. But I feel like it was easier to find the type of people that liked my music first and then push it to a bigger audience of people. So I feel like that's the best way to go about it.
I feel like you also can't really do anything without people of your colour or people from your culture around you. Like it just makes life so much easier. It makes everything so much easier. Even though it's hard, but where you do find your people, you're like, okay, I found my colleague. I can actually like do things now. But what about your agency? Is it for everybody, or is it for specifically the black community?
No,
I have to ask.
no, it's fine. There is more black people than I think we only have. Oh, I don't think we actually have any. No, hold on. No, we don't. But it's purely. It's not. That was not the situation. Basically, the plan was my brethren seen the kind of ideas behind having an agency, seeing the potential in terms of income with it. But he's a very low-key man. So he shouted me and he was like, cool, because I know a lot of people, so he must have been like, cool. You got, guys, girls. Blah, blah. So I'm that side of the agency where I'm the kind of HR, speaking to people, signing, firing. Yeah. So the people I've signed are basically my friends, literally just my friends. So, that's how it came about.
If you had one chance to improve the scene up here, what would you do?
Which scene? Just the scene we're in.
Scene, painting, artistry, modeling, scene,
Like the black community scene.
Yeah.
More events.
Yeah, definitely.
And more togetherness. I remember there was a time, I don't know if anybody, you guys have lived here, but back in the day, like 2018, 2019, perhaps, like everybody was always out together. Especially in Glasgow, like this place we used to go to KG, like everybody was always together. Everybody was always hanging out. And then I feel like over the years, it's just sort of dispersed. Like everyone's just sort of doing their own thing, their little cliques, their little groups, which is absolutely fine because we're all growing, we're all maturing. But there's not that sense of togetherness as a community. And you look at the Asian community who are, it's like supporting each other. Like they start businesses together, like they're working together. We don't know how to do that.
So I thought, I said the same thing about Edinburgh. So, but I thought I've always compared Edinburgh with Glasgow, and I think Glasgow in terms of togetherness is a lot more.
Oh yeah,
That's what I thought. You guys still like chill with each other. Like everyone in Edinburgh is literally just everyone just minds their business here basically.
Yeah.
Like there's like 2 groups of like 2, 3. Oh, that's tired, man. Tired. If I just go London when I want to have fun, I just go back down south, man. Tired.
No, London is like Glasgow. I went to Glasgow before. Glasgow's really tough, bro.
Is it?
It's lit.
Wow.
First of all, the people there, like, there's something like this. Man, people just vibey. If you get like girl to the boss in Glasgow, it's like, and here it's more like London.
Is it?
Oh, you mean like the friendliness?
Right.
People from Glasgow always say this. They think people in Edinburgh are quite stuck up.
Yeah.
They are. Like, there's
That's fine.
Glasgow has like a lot of factory buildings.
Yeah.
We use for events. Mainly one in Edinburgh.
Events.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
yeah.
am I used to do events?
No, like name me a building.
Like a building for events.
Yeah,
for
it's
events. Name me
That's very true.
Like for black people, just events in general.
Just in
Just
general.
events.
There's
Oh,
like for
there's a
gigs and stuff, no?
Yeah, biscuit
Edinburgh.
factory.
Biscuit factory. There's the
Biscuit factory.
monkey wine as well. There's a
There's no more work.
You just have to
It's
There's
just
just
for
not a
like,
lot of places.
So I mean,
yeah, you wouldn't just go there like
Yeah.
and expect to see other black people.
yeah. It's like putting on events in Glasgow is black or white. So
Glasgow is, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't sound convinced.
okay, nice
There's
is
always
different.
drama in Glasgow.
Yeah, that's one thing about the city. That's one thing about the city. There's always some sort of controversy there that this is not real, man.
The heck you go to Glasgow.
It's not real.
Like, that's what makes, I guess,
Hmm?
the industry and artists in Glasgow more, I guess, authentic.
Yeah, you create this because I think sometimes when you took control, like like just the vibe is or the environment, like everywhere is to control. I think like creative, you need something a bit of chaos. You know, like a bit of, you know what I mean? You need to like I don't know to make sparkles or whatever. You need to create something for something, and
Kind of
vibe is
inspiring.
important. You know.
That's true.
And you feel you've got that in Glasgow when you
Oh, yeah.
I think more than Edinburgh, for
100%.
sure.
Yeah. The most you
Because
get
it's
is
too
like bagpipes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the most you get. If you want to step out and see, you just see a guy outside Primo doing bagpipes.
Yeah.
That's the most you get. But in Glasgow, you hear someone singing,
Yeah.
you hear someone climbing buildings, you hear someone fighting. It's just there's something there, dancing. Like it's just It's
I'm interested in your book. What's the based on? What's the book?
Yeah, yeah.
You're an author.
Yeah.
You're basically an author. What are you doing?
It's like about the Nigerian Civil War.
Oh,
It was like a
wow.
massacre. There was a massacre that happened in
Yeah.
Asaba during the war, and it was like really censored in Nigeria and also in Britain. So it's basically like about that. And I started writing it because like I was really frustrated with my degree. Like studying history and politics is actually not for the weak. Like it's so Eurocentric. Like you wouldn't even think Africa was a continent if you look at like the forces that are available to me. It's very much Europe, America, a bit on Asia, and like I was just very tired of that. So I started writing it. It was almost like an escape for me.
Yeah.
That's why people are like, you're crazy. Like, how could you write this whilst doing uni? But I was like, it was a way for me to escape. I didn't really see it as a chore. I saw it as me exploring something that I found interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
And when is it coming out?
On Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
For you.
Sitting next to an established author. Ciao. Shelly, where's your favorite Shelly? Remember me, please.
So, Edie, how long have you been rapping? Have you been a rapper?
Okay, I'll wrap up. I don't think like 3 years, but I was on and off. I only did it because I didn't get forced, but I only did it because my friend Kling at the time, Jigget, was like he was rapping a lot. He's more into Afrobeat stuff, but he's now saying, "Cool, let's jump on a track." Then I jumped on the track, and the track did decent. So then I just was advised to just keep going, and I have seen improvements in the way I rap now. So and I actually enjoy it. I do enjoy like rapping. So it's been more free. I'm taking it more seriously now. And I think you said they had an EP coming out. So what am I bugging? Yeah, it was you.
We've got an EP coming out.
Oh, it was you as well. Yeah, I know you have the same thing as well. So I'm working on that just now as well. Like a 3-4 track EP and then a music video just coming out at the end of the month. So yeah.
A listening thing. What listening thing?
Well, the listener party.
Oh.
Yeah, basically I'm having a listener party at the end of this month. So I'm dropping an EP. I haven't dropped any music in like 4 years. And 4 years ago I only dropped one song. And that was the only song I ever dropped. Basically, the reason why I didn't drop is because I feel like I was making music that people wanted to hear and not music that I actually liked. So I actually like basically quit making music.
Yeah.
until I met like my flatmate who makes beats, and that's what basically got me back into rapping. So, long story short, listening party on the 31st of March. If anyone wants to come through.
Where is that? Is it online? Is it?
No, it's in Edinburgh, St. Bride's, on the 31st of March. So yeah.
One question, how was it when you quit music? Like, how was the...
So basically, the main reason why I quit is because I was going to studio sessions where they were like overcharging, and I wasn't even happy with like the quality of music that they could produce. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just decided to hang up my boots basically. And then on Instagram, I must have just been scrolling. This was like 2 years after I like decided to leave music, to stop making music. I must have been scrolling through Instagram, and I saw someone in the studio, Paris Studios, just like recorded a video, so vibing to a song that he made. I was like, damn, this song's actually really nice. So I must have swiped up, and I said to him like, yo, I really like your music. And he was like, thanks. And I said to him, do you mind if I just come to one of your sessions? I ain't even trying to record, I was just trying to listen to your music. And he was like, yeah. So eventually when I pulled up to the session, we just decided to make music. And that's how I started making music again. And he's now my flatmate. We moved in together. So
That's quite handy actually.
The music brought you together.
yeah, so we just make music all the time. And that's how we made it.
I was going to ask, what's the prices? I've been complaining. What prices would you charge you?
For
Like an hour?
For the whole. We got it for 3 hours. I think they were saying 20 an hour or something like that. The reason is because I said I didn't want to charge people to come, and so they were like, they understood like since it's a free event, they're not gonna like basically weigh away the prices.
But in terms of like recording studios, is that what we meant when you said?
Oh yeah, recording studios. This must have been when I was like 16, and they were trying to charge me like 40 for an hour.
That's
That's what I'm saying. Like, at like 16, you ain't even getting like, any.
That's crazy.
You can't even find any job that pays you
Never lied to you.
40.
To be honest, when I go to studio, it's £500
Huh?
per for studio. No, I wish
That's pretty good.
for a day. No, yeah. So yeah.
Wait.
Sorry.
So that's why I'm shocked. I'm like £45 an hour. Like, yeah, no, £500.
For a day.
Wait.
Guys, I go to the studio.
Does that include mixing, mastering?
Yeah, everything. Yeah, so that's fine.
That doesn't
That's
matter.
still
no
good.
Yeah, but like,
I can't lie, that's extortion.
yeah. So
They are robbing you.
no, so basically, I don't pay for my own money. The first 2 tracks, it was.
Oh,
So I applied for funding. So yeah. So
Are they like-
Creative Scotland,
Yeah.
studio time, everything. Yeah.
And have they produced like artists that are big out there for them to be charging money?
Yes.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. It's a professional studio I'm at. It's not just like, you know.
That just makes sense. Like if they brought out people that are making it.
So if you released anything, you released
I've
stuff already?
released, yeah.
Okay.
But not like EP, obviously. That's not. Yeah. But yeah, £500 is like the standard anyway. Sometimes like, you know, if you go to the likes of London, depends what kind of studio you go to, it could go up to as high, so £20 to £45. So it's
You see what I'm just saying?
hardly.
This is how you know it's like with me, because I did that as well when I first made music. I was trying to make music, and when I realized, cool, now to the point where if I show people my music, they don't like it, cool, don't bother me because I know what I'm saying in that. So
Yeah.
I think that's why we're like, why for us to pay that much money? Just it's like we don't really. I don't know about you, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
About the views and stuff. Like I know that music opens doors in other ways as well. Like I see myself more doing presenting and doing acting, whatever it is I can do free music as well. So when you're saying $5, I'm thinking, okay, I hear it, I get it, if that's what you want to, yeah. But for someone that's just like, I'm just doing it for like
For a hobby.
yeah, you can say that, but like I enjoy making it. It's just I would that's true.
That's half house rent, whatever.
Especially
I mean,
because
for music to be a hobby, it's very expensive. It's very
it
expensive.
just depends who you know.
Yeah.
Depends
You know what I mean?
who you know.
Yeah. I mean, I have like a lot of producer friends, but it's just the style of music and the sound that I'm looking
Quality.
for is not what I'm looking for, unfortunately. So I had to do my research, and I'm like, this is the producer that I would like to work with. And if it's going to cost me money, then
Not even your enemy's funding, so you're fine. So it doesn't mean anything, but
yeah, so, you know, Creative Scotland guys, you know, go there. There's also for rapping as well. There's actually a lot of funding towards rapping as well. I can't remember, I think it's pitch something, I can't remember top of my head, but there's fundings as well, so just keep an eye out for that.
I'm still on
that's a music video, that's everything that's together. That's,
Yeah.
but I have clocked with Scotland, it's a bit, it does feel like extortionate as well, like for the, especially because Scotland in terms of rap is still behind.
Underground.
Like, yeah, like, so it's like, why am I paying 50, 60 pounds an hour just for you to do some heebie-jeebie stuff?
Just to record.
Just to record, and it doesn't even sound nice. Most of us, I'm not trying to like throw shade at anyone. Actually, I am. Basically, I feel like they charge you like such high prices, and it's literally just people who had money to like own a studio space, not people who actually are good at making music.
Yeah.
And so that's where the problem lies. So where do you guys see yourselves in like the next few years? In Scotland, somewhere else?
In Scotland, I would say with more reputation, but more like because I'm an impact. Like not to be famous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be anyway. But the West Hills, maybe side to City Centre.
Me. Interesting. I'm so sorry. You can tell I'm not a very serious person. But in the next few years, I am actually releasing, or not releasing, but I have a project I'm working on right now to support students who have issues with funding, in uni especially. So I just kind of want to sort of working with that, and working with students who are Black who have issues with stuff. And again, that's what my charity is kind of focused on as well. And continue doing my marketing and my agency. So where is that?
For me, I don't know what I'll be like geographically, but yeah, just continue writing. Hopefully the book does well, and like also like decolonizing the curriculum is something I'm very passionate about. And I think a lot of people speak about it, but there's not much action. So hoping to like contribute to that.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'll be in Edinburgh. That's where I stay. And hopefully, you know, play more gigs, more festivals, release more music, and just get busy in the scene.
Yeah, same. I just plan to just get better at making music, just pile up more music. I do finance in uni, so hoping that pays off as well. And yeah.
For me, well, first like getting my degree from uni and everything, getting like all that done. And well, I don't know where I will be as well, because sometimes, you know, it's all about the opportunities you have, and if you have like an opportunity to go a specific place, you feel like you'll probably be like, you know, should we stop there? Sometimes you go, you know. So I don't know where I will be, but like something I want to develop is like this brand, like Katongola, for example, that I made, because it's, you know, like when you do your own business, like you create things and everything, it's like something that's like an extension of, you know, yourself.
Yeah.
And it's something that it takes time to build, to like other people surround it, and to just like put things in place. But I believe that, you know, with time, like you get better with practice, you know, and you know just how to, you know how the industry functions at one point.
Yeah.
And, you know, just like keep going on this line and see why. Yeah.
Nice.
For me, the question is actually always intriguing. I don't like. I feel like just anything better than where I am now. So better you get in terms of more music, more money, more success, more business ventures, more everything. Like that would be the goal, just to continuously make progress in what you get. To be telling you I'm going to be in Dubai for 5 years for me is just not what I think to you guys. Just as long as I'm making that consistency and I'm getting better, then I think that's all that matters, to be honest with you.
Lovely. So cheers to Black excellence, Black togetherness, Black community, good vibes, positivity, and growth for everyone.
Cheers, and it was lovely.
Cheers.